Hey guys, welcome back to some World of Warships. We're going to be playing some Tier 10 ranked today. I showed you guys some pretty good games in the Curfirst yesterday, and I gotta be honest, not all of them look that way. And in the more ranked specific one takes, really haven't looked at battleships yet. How do you actually impact the game as a battleship player in ranked? Certainly not as easy as a destroyer or a radar cruiser, or maybe a little less obvious. And today we're going to play a few games in the Montana specifically, a very vanilla battleship, not a lot of gimmicks going on here. So I can kind of show you the basics to the ranked playstyle, since it is different than random battles. Also to note here, it's going to be a little bit more towards competitive, not all the way, because in clan battles or Kings of the Seas type stuff, you can rely on your teammates a lot more, since, well, you're picking your teammates, right? In this, we don't get to pick our teammates, but we do get to control where our ship goes and what we can do with it. And oftentimes in ranked battles with battleships, that tends to lead to us pushing in, trying to apply pressure to the enemy team, and focusing on crossfires with your other friendly battleships or some of the heavier cruisers. They are pretty good at these mid-ranges as well for crossfires. The build here, I'm going to go with something very vanilla. I'm not even going to do a redistribute to a very specific ranked build, because you could run, even on a Montana, a bit more secondary range, trying to get yourself more DPM, since it's more likely you're going to activate a close quarters combat skill in ranked battles, since we are going to be pushing in. So I'm not going to do that. We'll just play very vanilla here. You don't have to change your commander at all for a build like this one. And let's jump into a few games. So the first match here, we do find ourselves on mountain range for arms race. Not my favorite, not even close to my favorite, but we do have to deal with it. And I'm going to start even before the game even starts here. We need to be considering what kind of teammates we have, how many radars are in the match. Do we have a lot of DDs to deal with, a lot of pushing battleships to deal with? Schlieffens, if there's a bunch of them, can be quite difficult. Only one DD per team. Gearing has pretty decent torps, but not the scariest torps we could be facing. And as far as initial positioning, typically, especially when there's only two of you as battleships, it makes it really easy. One of you tends to go towards the left side of the map. The other one tends to go towards the right side of the map. It's not very difficult. You really do want those crossfires. It's quite important. And then we're just going to watch where our teammates go. The big deal here is helping our Z-52 not die in the first little bit of the match. In this case, they do have a Nevsky, so that will be a priority target for us, right? We're going to try and take out a Nevsky as fast as we can. That's the main way they're going to spot and kill our Z-52, outside of him getting into a gunfight with a Gearing, for example. And it's nice, because our team does appear to be moving over and splitting up relatively evenly. Just say hi real quick. So that's really what I want to see early game. On this map in particular, considering it is arms race, we know people are going to be YOLOing in for the buffs as quickly as they can. So we want to push up there as well, trying to get into that early engagement. There's really not much point in staying back early. There's not enough ships to dev strike you off the map if you push in a little too aggressively. Unless, you know, you're flat broadside to a Vermont and he gets a really, really good salvo. Nevsky spotted on the opposite side of the map, and he's turning out, so I'm not even going to take that shot. But in ranked, you need to kind of recalibrate your brain to be more aggressive, because the game just allows you to be, straight up. There's just not nearly as many ships on the board here, and we all spawn in the same spot. So we know, pushing here towards this island chain, we're going to be cutting off some of the enemy team here in us pushing this aggressively. I've only seen one. Wow, Moskva, 12-kilometer radar, and only sees barely a Gearing now. That's kind of wild. And we do want to be shooting at Gearings and DDs whenever we can. Looks like he's going to be fully turning out. Sure. We'll try there. We probably won't hit, but the idea is still there to always be going after those destroyers. Hey, we actually landed two. There we go. No more full pens, but if this was back in the day, that would have been a pretty nasty hit. Ooh, Schlieffen and Vermont coming here. Okay. That means we need to turn away a little bit now. That's okay. We might take a big hit here, but we don't want to be pushing into these two. It's pretty dangerous. Schlieffen might even be going broadside for us here. Doesn't look like it. That's okay. We do just need to focus him down. Our Moskva's pushed too aggressive here, but our Z-52 is going to get this cap. It's very important to see. And that means we have a lot of advantages over here. Yeah, Marseille even spotted. So yeah, we have a huge advantage on the other side of the map. So our goal here now is to not die and try to provide some of these crossfires. This Schlieffen here might be trying to turn in, which is kind of wild. So we will put a shot there and hope for the best. I might not have gotten that off in time. Oh, he's even grounded. 2 shells hit. But we did land 1 Citadel, I suppose. And he's stuck there broadside. A little broadside to the Marseillais. But maybe that positioning, you know, we pushed as aggressively and quickly as we possibly could there to get in range. Maybe that helped save our Moskva, because notice he's not actually dying. Alright. Schlieffen, broadside. That better be a kill. And you can see the Ohio out here providing that crossfire, right? That's the whole point. Wow. Wow. No way. Okay. World of Warships, everyone. World of Warships. That is brutal. There's no world in which that should be what's happening here, but it is. And that is the case sometimes as a Battleship player. Sometimes your shells just won't land. There we go. Still not a Citadel, but it is a first blood. And these, I think, are the Schlieffen Torps, so they should be ranging here soon. So I'm actually not too worried about them. And what I'm actually going to do here is I'm actually going to push up very, very aggressively to catch this guy's broadside. He's stuck in a bad spot. So we want to be applying pressure when the enemy team is making a mistake. That is the whole idea here. So Vermont reversing. Aiming waterline. Again, trying to score some Citadels. We get 1. It's okay. Marseille on our side. That's not great. Vermont just shot. So what I will do then is I have a free turn out here. And we'll angle to the Marseille. It's very good. More than likely, the Z-Torps get him there, but we do want to make sure of that. Another 14k in, and the torpedoes do finish him off. Very good. You can see our team definitely winning this flank. So now I have the freedom to kind of focus on this Marseille here. Not too worried about my teammates in the middle. So there we go, 100k. Decent amount of impact. Flanking there early on definitely helped us out a ton. Now, ideally, we don't get rammed here, but I don't have much say in this. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of rams. I know that tactically they're going to be a good idea, but I just think it's so boring. Personally, I really love the brawling aspect of the game, and I'd rather not see them. Okay, is he turning that way? Sure. No, we can't get it. Dang it, man. Oh, we live though. I'd much rather see the brawls happen, personally. The broadside to broadsides after you cross one another, I enjoy that a lot more, but hey, we managed to live this one, so I'll take it, I guess. Just more interesting for me. I've played the game a long time at this point, guys. I want to see the more action-packed stuff, not just the same old rams.
Problem solved, sir.
But 151, take it. DD nearby us, perhaps. Does take a little bit for us to get to our next heal. And actually, here's a great example to show you the expert loader ability that the Special American commanders have. getting us over to our HE a little quicker. And we'll miss. Okay. Okay. That's unfortunate. Maybe a little too much lead, but some of those shells landed behind the ship too, so sad to see. Do get ourselves a reload in here. It's kind of nice. Send it there, and then we'll swap back over to the armor piercing. Okay, that one he dodged, I suppose. But he's going to take a big hit from our team, at least. The main thing there to think about is if he's focusing on dodging your shot, that's fine, but he can't focus on dodging everyone's, right? That's kind of the idea. And just a Nevsky left. So there we go. A decent game here in Montana. You don't need the fancy new meta battleship. Good old Monty can do some serious work still. Pretend he's just going to do a full turn, right? No, okay. Okay, fair enough. Maybe a little too hopeful on that one. Montana healing, look at that. Obviously, ram damage is 100% healable, so that helps. But Monty is a very tanky battleship. It doesn't have the fast cooldown heals of the Ohio, but the heals are much stronger. They're much bigger. So, better sustain over a very long game. You just have to worry about the burst, that kind of thing. But this should be a GG here. Smolensk is pushing. Okay. Somehow we overpenned, even though he's very angled. Yeah, Smolensk should be going down. We'll get this Nevsky soon. There we go. Okay. Ohio got him. Feels good. 161. Can definitely have some battle impact. Less so in this game, thanks to arms race being a thing, but we're still looking to push up aggressively. That early positioning is really the main idea here. Once the game is developed, it becomes a little more obvious where you need to go and what you need to do. But yeah, there we go. Top score even in a battleship. Feels good. It becomes a little more obvious as you play the game a little bit more, where you want to be going early game and mid game, of course. Early game is probably the hardest though, so that's why I tend to focus on that a little bit more. Now, getting into our second game here, we do have a more standard battle, domination here. And oh boy, do we see some new meta ships. 3 Gdansks in this one, even a Smolensk. Marceau, some pretty powerful DDs in here. So you're going to see me play a little more aggressive to try and help my DDs in those engagements. A single battleship salvo can really turn a destroyer engagement in your favor if you manage to land one. Zhao isn't particularly threatening as far as radar, but we'll still be looking for him. Schlieffen pushing somewhere. Ohio's just generally tanky. Again, early positioning. We're looking to set up crossfires with our Kremlin here, and generally looking to support our destroyers wherever they're going. Notice 2 DDs coming my way, only 1 going the other side. So it really does mean that, you know, I'm going to be needing to support these 2 destroyers pretty aggressively here. Gdansk on the other side, though, does have a Nevsky to support, so we're pretty evenly split here, which is pretty nice. And I think I'll actually stay with AP for now. Typically, a battleship or a cruiser might get spotted first. It might be worth swapping over to the HE, but sometimes you just hit modules, right? A lot of these DDs have a lot of modules on the top of their ship. At longer ranges, you hit those with HE, you're going to do reduced damage. So much so that even the overpens from armor piercing would actually do more, because they do a fixed amount of damage per hit you get, 10%. Guaranteed overpen damage. So, you hit 10 of these, which is, only doable at closer ranges, but it's a lot of damage, man. It adds up rather quickly with this AP. Looks like our Gdansk and Summers aren't going too aggressive for A, which means I don't have to either. Other than that, we're just going to wait and see what comes up next. Typically, people are going to mirror where you're going, so if you're looking for early shots, well, along here somewhere. Got ourselves a Zhao. Don't think I'll take that shot yet, unless he turns in a way to angle to this guy. We're actually lit here, which is good, which is very, very good. 1 Gdansk on the other side. So Marceau or Smolensk here. Both are good ships, but Gdansk is pretty crazy these days. It's Marceau. He's fast. So we'll aim out that way. And hope he just runs into those. 2 even. Okay, not bad. We just ate a Citadel from the Ohio. That's pretty unfortunate. Could tell just by how we can't heal anything back. But hey, it happens. And we got a bit of chip damage in on the DD. And that's what we want to be doing here. It's really important. And in fact, it's actually a good thing I got shot there. It's weird, you know, because we ate a Citadel. You don't want to be eating Citadels. But taking that shot from the Ohio means my DDs didn't eat that salvo, right? Like there's actually something to that. Let's see. Our DDs are not in great shape at the moment, but we get 1 or 2 salvos in that are really good, and that'll change. Gonna go forward? No, he's just reversing. That's fine. 5 hits. See, there we go. See, we've now done almost 10,000 damage to that Marceau. So even though our Gdansk and Summers haven't been doing great in the trades here, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Because we've kind of equalized it here. Well, I've done a poor job of dodging this. Double fire that quick is not what you want to see. But look at that. Marceau down to 4k. Our Gdansk is torping him, though. Maybe the torps were for an Ohio? Assuming he gets them there. Nice. So now we're just on the lookout for the Smollett here. Who does get torps on us, but we do have our immunity time up still. And those torps don't hurt quite as much. He's actually still in the cap. We might just spot him here? No, okay. So he's behind the island right now. That's fine. Our Gdansk played way too aggressive. I'm not sure what he's thinking, but that's okay. We're still in a good position here. Ideally, we would be able to deal with this Smollett. Be nice. Might not have the opportunity here. We'll see. Find ourselves an Ohio turning broadside on to us. So how much can we do to him? Double fire. Only 1 sits. It's pretty unfortunate. Pretty unlucky. That's okay. Pop a spotter plane here. See if we can spot the Smollett for us. He'll probably be going for torps on us. Maybe just running away. No, he's going for the torps. That is a-okay by me. No issues there. Just bow in. Double fire really hurt us a lot here. But we do have our damage control back. Very good. Always wear det flags, guys. Always wear det flags, guys. You don't want to be that guy. Still a big hit from HE, but yeah, you definitely want to be wearing det flags whenever you possibly can. And I'm actually going to go forward here, which seems really weird, but we're actually in a situation where hitting this island and then reversing is actually going to get us reversing faster. It's kind of weird. Ohio's angling to us, so... Oh my goodness, the RNG this video. The RNG this video, guys. It's so painful. It's very painful. Oh my goodness. Alright, we probably die to this guy. Even if you're playing well, if the other guy has RNG on his side, you're going to be in a bad spot. But hey, we have a Summers here without any DD resistance, really. Alright, our main guns get a fire. That's very nice. We do like that. And he doesn't know that the DD's coming. That's really good. They get the Gdansk on the other side. Our Kremlin is quite healthy still. So this should be a win now. We sacrificed a ton of HP. Wow, he's even swapped over to HE. Interesting. I've swapped to HE simply because I'm not able to get the fires with my secondaries, right? But typically there I actually stay with AP because then I'm more likely to get those big giant superstructure pens. There's the secondary fires again. But we go dark. And now that means we're actually going to get this cap. And our damage control is coming back. So I actually do damage control this very aggressively. And Ohio, only paying attention to us, eats all the torpedoes in the world. Feels good. That's a big deal there. And we get ourselves a cap here, which is really nice. So that means the Kremlin doesn't have to play nearly as aggressive. Our big heals here definitely helping us out. I'm gonna wait till my guns are actually loaded here and then swap. Maybe a little too greedy, but this guy's broadside. Surely we get something on him. Back guns didn't go. Front guns, poor dispersion. Okay. Hey, okay, we did manage to get a Citadel. Finally a little bit of luck goes our way. We got 2 Citadels in this one. I suppose we detonated the DD, so there's some RNG in our favor. I shouldn't just focus on the negative, but those very consistent double fires after the damage control goes off, those are very annoying to me. Very, very annoying. But hey, that's the game. And we're doing our best to maneuver around it. I'm gonna stick with some armor piercing here. He underleads us massively. 12k, very nice. More torps are on the way for him. Defense actually very healthy. He might load before me. He's got a better reload. And actually the torps are gonna get him. I should just be angling in here. No need to risk getting a cheek Citadel into us. And there we go, just like that. Of course the last secondary lights us on fire. Why wouldn't it, guys? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it, right? I think that was even the last secondary fired too, because none came after that one. That's crazy. Hey, okay, 17 into the Schlieffen. No Citadel on him, but at these ranges, pretty unlikely. So I'll take my 17,000 damage. Kremlin should do okay here. He does have the weakness to the secondaries, that bow, being 32 mil plating on the upper side of the bow. Schlieffen's angling, so we do have to be aiming up a little bit. He might be doing a full turn here to get the other side of his torps. Yeah, so my lead isn't perfect here. But there we go. That should be a win. And aggressive, right? Like, I chose the side I was going to quickly and made just the fastest route I possibly could to get towards A and help my DDs out. And I didn't care about the Ohio. I even took a Citadel from the Ohio early. All I wanted to do was hit the enemy DDs. That's it. And it paid off. And that's how battleships can do some decent battle impact. You just have to be pretty quick with your positioning and following your DDs in and really focusing on shooting those destroyers. And you're probably going to miss a bunch. We even missed some in this game, or these 2 games, but it's worth the effort because, sure, let's say you even double sit a battleship, right? Let's say you 30k a battleship, 40k a battleship. You're still going to heal back some of that. Whereas a DD, if you even manage to get 1, 2, 3,000 damage in on these things, typically they're not healing that back. And that's not, I mean, there's small end that can heal that back, obviously. But, you know, into a Marceau or Gdansk, they're not healing that back. And that damage is way more valuable. This detonation was very lucky, definitely. But this damage into Marceau wasn't. This is what you should be doing. That is a very common thing that I'm looking for in ranked, and definitely a good thing for you to be looking out for as well. And there are better ships certainly than Montana for that. Monty doesn't have the secondary pressure, right? If we're pushing with a GK, we have secondaries and hydro. Schlieffen also has better secondaries and slightly worse hydro, but it's a little faster. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to be playing like that, but this one, even with something as basic and vanilla as a Monty, you can definitely do some good things. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great rest of your day.